So yeah, books. Let's do this. So yeah, I wanted to talk about this mostly because, actually, I have no reason. I want to promote myself reading more, even though this hasn't worked. I will start doing this. A lot of things are happening. I think I've mentioned before. Move. It was on my screen. Which I don't know on YouTube. It won't show. It's still on Twitch. But because of all of that, I haven't been reading at all. But let's go to this. I like this, and the introduction of the sort of like Moriartys. Obviously, I've talked about this before. It's fun. It's interesting, and I love the story. It's just one of the things that I find really interesting. So yeah, there is one thing that I want to talk about, but I don't know if it's in the first one or the second one. And because I'm kind of an idiot, I don't want to say it, and I might bring it up in the second one, even if it's in the first one. Okay? Sorry about that. I'm bad at remembering shit. But, more importantly, one of the things I like is the fire. So, for retrospect, I watched the series first, then the show. Because I saw something, Moriarty the Patriot, and because I'm a fan of Sherlock, I watched it. But when I reviewed the series, someone said, watch the books. Not watch, read the books. Great. This is why I clearly need to script these things. Just read the books, right? Or like the manga. And I was like, okay. And two of the reasons why I watched it isn't in here. Those two come up later, which I am going to say now, so I can get you excited. It's basically, someone said, Moneypenny, which is a James Bond character, that's sort of like in the sort of like, that's James Bond has a thing in there, and Moneypenny, which is a James Bond character, is in Moriarty the Patriot books more, which she does not exist in the anime, which I'm a little bit annoyed. It does also mean that you can't do another season, because I think the second thing has a couple of scenes with Moneypenny, unless they say like, oh, here's our new character, which you could do, but I think it would be very not great. But that's besides the point. I liked where it ended, and I don't think it needed to continue. This does continue after the anime ends, but that's besides the point. The other one is Billy the Kid, because I heard Billy the Kid, and it sounds cool. That's besides the point. One of the things that happens is when in like the anime, you have the sort of like the little, you have this adult, you have this like kid who's like little bit like corrupt because of his position, and he does the whole thing, the house burns, him inside, and I find it really interesting because of that. But in the book, it's both him and his mum, who also has motivation to do this, who do this, which I think is interesting. It doesn't change too much. They also die, and everything still happens in the way that it does. But I do find it interesting that that's small different change. So yeah. Again, this isn't really big, major stuff. It's just stuff that I feel like I wanted to say, and because I'm starting to do this, and maybe it'll be a bit better for the second one, I'm doing it. So it's fun, it's interesting. So yeah. And now more Marvel. Yeah, that's really been a while since I've done another one of these. But yeah, we're doing this. So I hope you enjoy, and good night.